Namaste, Leo. This is your annual forecast. These are backed by popular demand, although I don't recall whether I've ever done them by sign. I think I just used to do them either like masculine and versus the feminine one, or for the collective of like divine beings, and of course, for individual clients. But I don't think I've ever done them for by sign. I don't know. Anyway, I'm doing them now. And what else is different about them is the fact that I normally use what I call my hashtag creepy deck. Some of you may be familiar with that if you've watched me before, if you watched me over the years, and others, if you're not, it's a deck that used to creep people out, and I can't find it. I can only find the book and the box. It's so weird. I'm like, maybe my guides hid them from me. So what I'm using is two tarot decks, the Angel Tarot and the Animal Tarot. And I've taken the major arcana cards out of both of them. So this is the major arcana only. And if I have to do any clarification, then I'm going to use the rest of the cards, the minor arcana. And when I pull clarification cards, I like to pull cards that are upright. So for example, if I wanted to clarify something, I would use this card. And I would use this card. But okay, and I'd use that card. If I came to one like this, I just put them to the side. So if you see me doing that, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking for an upright card. All right, so let's get started. Your card, what we're starting with for you, is Major Arcana card 6, the Lovers. Represents the sign of Gemini most directly. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. Good health. So this card can be about relationships for sure. And when it shows up in like a love reading or a love question, it is about like true, legit love, like a real connection, a genuine connection. It sort of lets you know, it confirms that for you, verifies that for you, or like, seals it, fortifies it, that what you're looking at is a genuine connection between two souls. But it's not always about love. So it can pop up, with regard to other types of questions, and it can be about a heart, like a heart, what I call at least, a heart versus head decision, where logically you're saying, I should do this, or I should do that, or I shouldn't do this or that. And your heart is telling you, yeah, you should, or you shouldn't. And I'm also of the opinion that it's the heart you should listen to when those sorts of things come up. The next card is in reverse. It is Major Arcana card 12. It's called Awakening in this deck. It's actually the Hangman. He's in reverse, so we're not going to talk about him too much, but the Hangman is about letting things go. So maybe there is a heart versus head decision, whether in love or some other area of your life, to let something go, and you're struggling with letting this thing go. Maybe logically, you say, it makes sense to let it go. I've been holding on to this long enough. But my heart says no, like keep it a little longer, or vice versa. The Hangman most directly represents the sign of Pisces. So now I'll shuffle these a little bit in front of you. You'll see that they're going to be your energies, your cards. This is Ego or the Devil. That last one was the Sun, High Priestess, more earth energy for you. It's the Hermit. Oh, it represents the sign of Virgo. And the Magician, more Gemini. I'll do one more. And it is the World. World, I don't know what sign it's attributed to. To me, the card feels like fire in general. And pretty much like karmic fire. So like Mars or Jupiter. That's what it feels like when I pick it up, and I've never attributed it to any one sign or another, but I do connect it with the element of fire. So Aries, Leo, like you, Sagittarius, and your new overall energy is Major Arcana card 16, the Tower. It's called life experience here, as you can see. Important changes are coming to your life that will require you to take action. Don't hesitate to move in directions that you know are right for you. And the tower can be about an actual tower, structure, home, or something going on. It doesn't have to be bad. It can be about a major revelation, like, oh, I get it now. Or it can be a realization that you've come into some sort of spiritual gift, or something like that. We just ended on the World. I was talking about the World. It's Major Arcana card 21. A lot's going to happen on the 21st. A lot of us will shift. A lot of us will realize gifts that we never realized before. A lot of us will experience a strengthening in gifts we had already, all these sorts of things happening. And so that can be to what the tower is connected. Or of course, yeah, sure, it can be connected to something, crumbling down. Even then, for me, it's not bad. If you guys are familiar with like Lord Shiva the Destroyer, like he knocks everything down so that it can be rebuilt better. Or like a Supreme Math, the number 8, build, destroy. If you're not like helping to build, you are destroying. Those are things the feels that I get from the tower. Typically, the next card is Major Arcana card Strength, which does represent your sign, Leo. It's in reverse, so we'll just go from here. I'm going to go around the table twice. I still haven't figured out why I've been doing it in this direction instead of in this direction, but I have been, so we'll continue. 4 cards per row, 3 rows, 1 card for each month, and this is your general energy. Then I'll go around again with the same cards, another layer, and that will be your love card. Ooh, okay. I don't know from where those fell. It felt like they fell kind of like from the middle. Now they're on top. I'm using them at this moment. So this is your love. And again, tower, overall energy. Okay, January. General energy. Major Arcana card 15, ego or the devil. You may feel that you're trapped in your situation, but that's not true. Be careful not to overly focus upon material wealth and break free of negative thinking. This can also be talking about timing. The beginning of the month of January does fall into Capricorn season. The devil represents the sign of Capricorn. But for some of you, you may feel stuck in some sort of situation, trapped. Not the best way to start off in a new year. And your love and relationship card is another tower. Yikes. A significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. It is time to spread your wings. So definitely we're going to have to pull a clarifier for this one. I'm just going to put it off the top like I said. The card is, it's your energy, it's your element, fire here, the 10 of Wands. You're working far too hard and the stress will soon become too much. Reach out for help from others and take some time to play and to enjoy life. So it could be very literal, like some of you are working too hard, too many hours, too often. Maybe you're essential workers, you don't have a choice, or if you don't feel like you have a choice, that's why you feel stuck. Devil energy. And that's why it's tower. It's an emergency and you just have to do it. Could be affecting your love life if that kind of thing is happening, if you're working that much. Not finding any time to nurture yourself or your relationships or to be social. That could be what's happening. And the universe is telling you to slow down, to take a break for yourself, even if it's just like a day or so. But I'll pull the next card too. It's also upright. Situation could be involving some sort of decision that's either you're needing to make or that's being like handed down to you. Somebody else, you're awaiting somebody else's decision, or both. Get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion and to make your decisions quickly. The Knight of Swords is decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. It's also possibly an Aquarius, which covers the rest of the month of January. Like I said, the beginning is Capricorn season. Then we get into Aquarius season. So that could be why the Knight of Swords is showing up. Also, of course, this is the energy of the signs of Gemini and Libra. And as I mentioned, it is about a decision. Where it relates to love, this is about getting swept off your feet. So that can be why the tower is showing up too. Like the tower is about getting knocked off your feet. And you're like, unexpectedly. So definitely that could be it. And for some of you, looks like that may be what the situation is. I'm getting greedy here, continuing to pull cards, but I've just pulled for you to further clarify that tower, the King of Cups. And he is trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice and charity work. King of Cups, if he's a direct water sign, is a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Does not have to be a water sign at all. Just could be, romantic. Maybe has asked you a question and you're having to make a decision, if you know what I mean. Or, yeah, wanting to deepen a commitment with you or something like that. I could keep pulling. We've got more air energy now again. The Page of Swords now this time, who is logical, honest, impulsive, and curious, challenging information, delays or changes to plans, and truth delivered without tact. So this could be some information that's coming to you. This is like notice of information that's coming to you. You're aware that a decision is going to be made or has to be made. Or again, you are maybe the person who is making a decision, awaiting one. When the Knight of Swords shows up, like there's no reversals in this deck, so he's upright, and I'm just going to have to take it that he's upright, period. When the Knight of Swords shows up upright with regard to, again, a decision or some sort of information you're receiving, it tends to be information that you're happy to receive. Something like, you're getting what you wanted to hear in response to whatever the question was. And maybe this is information that for which you've been waiting for some time, perhaps, very patiently. That wait is over. Seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, and unnecessary worry. So if it feels like nothing's happening, if no information is coming to you, this is saying don't worry because that information is on its way. Or you will receive whatever clarity it is you need. If it's not information that's coming to you in a literal sense, you will receive the information that you need in your head in order to decide how to move forward. And very possibly it is something in answers to your prayers, something that you wanted, something that you've successfully manifested something. Your wish comes true, concerns fade away, you have a love of life. 9 of Cups. Again, for some of you, that is definitely romantic with the King of Cups having shown up. February. General energy. The Sun. Everything works out. Your plans will work out well, bringing you happiness, prosperity, and success. You'll garner the recognition for your accomplishments that you so richly deserve. And the Sun, while the Sun represents the sign of Sagittarius in the tarot, the actual Sun, Earth's star, the Sun, rules your sign, Leo. So I think this is super positive for you, that you're receiving this, especially after that. If you were at all concerned about that Devil in Tower, I guess coupled with the fact that you have a Tower as your overall energy too, right off the bat, it says your plans will work out well. So that thing that you were successfully manifesting, again, will work out if you remain positive throughout this month here. And love and relationship, major arcana card 7, the Chariot, most directly represents the sign of Cancer. That may be who the King of Cups is. He could be a Cancer. And important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. So specific to love in terms of the traditional tarot, the Chariot is about one person or both sort of, you're not at this necessarily going at the same speed. Like one may be rushing the other, or or both maybe trying to, like, I want a relationship like this and I'm trying to force that, and you want a relationship like that and you're trying to force that. And of course, neither one is conducive to moving forward together, since we're like in two different places. So it's a card that requires communication. That could be another reason why we were preceded by, again, so much air energy, the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords. You guys will have to talk about it. It can also be about moving, traveling, maybe traveling someplace where there's a warm climate with the sun being there. You're going on vacation, maybe celebrating Valentine's Day or something like that. Or deciding to move in together, to cohabitate. Again, the Tower can be about an actual tower, a structure, a home, a building. And the Chariot can also be about success, victory. March, general energy. The World. Major Arcana card 21. Congratulations on successfully accomplishing what you've set out to do. You've made it through the challenges and incorporated the lessons that life offered you with grace and courage. Again, the world is your element for me. It feels like fire. And it is about something coming to completion or full circle. And now you're being eased as it's very much like the tower, which again is your overall energy also. But the tower is abrupt, and this one is more so being eased out of a situation and into a new one. So maybe you're being eased out because you completed this phase, you completed this section. This could be you having lived alone, and again, you completed that phase, and now you're moving in with somebody, you're cohabitating. That's just an example. Your love and relationship is Major Arcana card 1, the Magician. There is magic in the air, and you can manifest everything you need to be successful. The Magician most directly represents the sign of Gemini, but it is a card that's all about manifestation. So the type of relationship you want, maybe the strength, the level of abundance, the type of person that you're interested in, the type of love that you're looking for, the type of language that you speak in love, like having somebody speak that to you. That could be what it is you're manifesting in love. April, general energy. Speaking of love, it is the Lovers yet again for you. We started with the Lovers for you. True and long-lasting love finds its way into your life. Follow your heart with caring actions and choices. And love and relationship is the Moon. So more water. Moon most directly represents the sign of Pisces and warns, specifically as it relates to love, against presumptions and assumptions, and definitely warns you to communicate. The Moon is about illusions. It can be about being confused about something. Again, jumping the gun, jumping to a conclusion, and then ending up saying or doing something that you can't take back in your relationship. So be careful. It's also about you being guided toward, one move or another in your life, in your love life, and maybe not knowing why, but trusting the universe or God enough and yourself enough to just go with those feelings rather than question them, and trust that you'll be clued in into any more information you need and clarity you need when the time is right, in divine time. So it definitely guides you to pay very, very close to your intuition in your life, and then again, specifically in your love life as well. May, general energy. Major Arcana card 14, Balance, which is actually Temperance, which represents the sign of Sagittarius as well, like the sun does. But for me, also Aquarius. You see the water bearer on the front. Almost every deck that I've ever used has like somebody that looks like a water bearer on the Temperance card. The need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise. Wait for perfect timing. Love and relationship. The Wheel. Major Arcana card 10. Expect a sudden positive change in your life. You can now move forward and make great progress. So here, where you didn't have clarity, where you felt like you were in the dark, maybe, sudden positive change the next month. You get the information that you need, and you can move forward. And Temperance, in your general energy, for me, is about restoration, recovery. If something was lost or taken from you, it is replaced or returned. It's about negotiations and collaboration. So if there were disagreements and differences between two people, whether it's lovers or friends or family members or whatever, this is a way of being able to come together despite those differences and to collaborate or to negotiate or to come to some sort of amicable, end or something. Temperance. June, general energy. The Emperor. Organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. The Emperor most directly represents the signs of Aries and Scorpio. Could be a father figure, a boss, some sort of authority, a leader, maybe your own energy, taking control of your life, being a leader, maybe getting a promotion. Yeah, I mean, it's coupled with Major Arcana card 0, the Dreamer or the Fool. You're starting a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith. Some of you who are male, maybe becoming a father in June, or learning that you're going to be a father in June. So that's a brand new adventure. Or again, starting something new, you taking the lead, you being a leader or an authority or a boss, or, some sort of mentor, father figure type of person, starting out on some sort of brand new path in June. July, general energy. Major Arcana card 9, the Hermit. Take time for contemplation, to retreat and to go within. Be a beacon for others on their path to spiritual enlightenment. And love and relationship, Judgment. Well, I was just about to say, and some of you may know what I was just about to say. Hermit for me is often like a lawyer, professor. So if he's a lawyer, this is Major Arcana card 20, Judgment, could be tied to an actual legal situation and or possibly a legal judgment decision. Alternatively, this is a card of clarity, spiritual understanding and awareness, higher consciousness, the need for introspection, like going within so that you can better understand yourself. And on the spiritual level often, if not emotional. Helping somebody else to gain clarity, to come to some sort of understanding. And Judgment is a card about abundance that is earned, the way that I read it, the way that it feels to me. So even in your love life, that type of love that you really deserve because you put the work in, whether it was, what they call inner work, right? Going within, inner work, you've done the work. And so now you deserve the kind of relationship that matches your vibration. The universe sending it. It's time to get clarity about your life purpose and to make changes so that you're on the path most divinely suited to you. Forgive what has been without judgment and fearlessly embrace what's to come. Judgment is also about second chances, second time around. I guess in this case, it would be in your love and relationship. I'm getting something from the Emperor too. The Emperor often for me represents like large corporations, government agencies. So if that's somehow tied into somebody's love and relationship, I guess possibly thinking about marriage, thinking about divorce. That could be a legal situation, or family court or something. Maybe again having to do with being a father. Or maybe something having to do with your own father and your family and inheritance for somebody too. These could be tied in a legal way. August. So July, this is, I didn't even mention, this would be happy birthday to some of you. Maybe that's why you're getting this gift of Judgment. Judgment's one of my favorite cards. So think of it in a positive way. August, some of you may be having a birthday in August, and it's another wheel for you in the general energy. A time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward, and fortune is on your side. The wheel most directly represents the planet Jupiter in the sign of Sagittarius, yet again. But it's also tied to the fixed signs, one of which is your own, Leo. So maybe that's why you got it here twice, sort of like bookends, the wheel. It's your sign, as well as that of Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus would be the fixed signs. Love and relationship, Major Arcana card 17, the Star. Speaking of Aquarius, you're about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worry will be replaced with optimism, fear with hope, and joy is coming home to roost. If this is where you had a baby over here, that could be what joy coming home is about. Maybe there was something going on with the baby, or maybe it's overdue or something and it's finally coming home here. And for others, this is about prayers being answered, wishes, coming true, dreams coming true. also about communication, but coupled with the wheel saying that suddenly something suddenly is, turning around for you in a positive way and fortune's on your side, coupled with this card of manifestation. This just seems like this is going to be a really, really awesome month for you. And not surprising, because again, for many of you, it's going to be a birthday month. September, general energy. The Magician, so you can get to manifesting again. Start manifesting something new. Again, the Magician most directly in terms of signs represents the sign of Gemini. You are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them, and life is magical. So very strong energy of manifestation surrounding you. Watch your thoughts. Make sure they're positive, because you're very rapidly bringing things toward you, and you don't want to rapidly bring negativity toward yourself. Love and relationship, your card is another Emperor. Interesting. These are like crossing each other. Again, for somebody, I definitely think this has to do with becoming a father or being a father. Structure and organization are important right now. Don't be afraid to take on a leadership role, as you have much wisdom to offer. And not just being a father, but for somebody has twins. And that's what all this Gemini is about too. Other than that, in your love and relationship, in the traditional sense, the Emperor is about perhaps what they call a May-December relationship, dealing with somebody that's older than you, often an older male specifically, for you females out there, or feminine energies, or feminine archetypes, those of you who identify as a feminine archetype. And it's also about sort of like not judging a book by its cover, being open to people who differ from your usual type. And because of that, it could be about a relationship that takes time to develop. Like you may not feel the attraction that a lot of us look for at the beginning of a relationship. That strong pull may not be there. It might be one of those relationships where it takes time to build. I have a girlfriend that's in one of these. She's just, I guess they had an anniversary or something recently. I don't know. Maybe it was his birthday. I don't remember why she was, doing like a whole Dear Diary thing on Facebook. But she was talking about her boyfriend. I think he's a Leo, as a matter of fact. I'm pretty sure. She's an Aquarius, as a matter of fact. Yes, I'm like 99% sure that he was a Leo. Anyway, she was talking about him and saying how in the beginning, like he was, showing a lot of interest in her, and she wasn't necessarily reciprocating, and how thankful that she is that she finally did. Even though she ended up with like an instant family, she already had kids of her own from a prior relationship. I don't remember if it was a prior marriage or just, yeah, I think it was a divorce. But she had, two boys, older, and then one, maybe the boys were like in their late teens, and then one girl who was like, school age. But now she's got like these 3 new daughters, I think. But she's so happy, but it took time for the relationship to develop. And that's another thing that the Emperor can mean for me. It can be about, like a married man or a man with children, a divorcee, a widower. So you may be getting involved with somebody like that, possibly. October, it's another world. So another cycle in your life coming to an end. This could be very part of the very quick manifestation. Like this is already karmic completion. You started something new, you finished it already, and you're moving on to like another phase. Very quickly getting like upgrades. Again, in your spirituality, your awareness, your consciousness. A job well done. Joy, contentment, and gratitude. And the path toward enlightenment. And love and relationship, it's another major arcana card, Judgment. Review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts. It's time to move in a new direction. So you got one in July, and then you're getting one here in October as well, in the same placement. Both are in love and relationship. So if it does have to do with a married man, again, maybe it's about a divorce becoming final. That's also a possibility. But again, Judgment, one of my favorite cards, about abundance that's earned the way that I read the card, the way that it feels to me. Most directly represents the planet Pluto and the sign of Scorpio, which it rules. Maybe a Scorpio is involved. Scorpio season does begin in October, so it could be speaking to timing as well. October 23rd is the first day of the sign of Scorpio. November, general energy. It is another temperance card. By merging varying points of view, you can now generate an extraordinary new idea, compromise with others, and collaborate to discover a better solution. So this again is about merging things and working together despite our differences, being able to come together. So I'm white and you're black, but we're able to come together and be striped if we want, or polka dotted, or checkerboard, or gray if we want to go that route. We figure it out. We figure out a way to come together, and that's what temperance is about. Again, represents the sign of Sagittarius most directly in the tarot, but Aquarius for me also. And then love and relationship. Ooh, it is Major Arcana card 3, the Empress. Lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. The Empress most directly represents the planet Venus, ruler of the signs of Libra, Taurus, and Gemini. She is all about fertile, abundant energy. Sometimes literal. Can again be about pregnancy or childbirth. So giving birth in the month of November, learning that you're pregnant in the month of November, using November as a time to try to get pregnant if you've had difficulty with fertility. She shows up, it's time for you to try it, for you to work on it. Or this could be the time when, you're being granted some like an adoption. You're merging a family. People are coming together. Or you're blending a family, getting married, or again, cohabitating. Something like that could be happening. And also, for those of you who are single, very, very attractive period for you. You may have several suitors like vying for your attention at the same time and have an opportunity to choose. Some of you may be involved in what I call parties of three and be happy about it and, not be upset about it. Maybe you're choosing between, you're trying to narrow it down. You're dating several people, whatever. All good. This is positive energy. Or maybe you're starting something new together. It's within the confines of a relationship, but fertile energy to something new. So maybe like a family business or project that you're working on together. And last but not least, closing out the year, 2021 in December, general energy. It is the devil. Didn't we start with the devil? I think we started in January with the devil. Again, it could be speaking to timing. Yep. I mentioned up here that in January that the devil could have been showing up because that was his time period, the Capricorn season. And the same is true about December. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things and negative or fear-based thoughts. Again, does represent the sign of Capricorn, so that could be what it's about. Or there could be something that fear is prohibiting you from moving toward. You're feeling like you're stuck, like you don't have any choices, and that's not true. It's a fear that you need to address, and you should let that go. If you are feeling stuck, like you're holding on to some sort of negative emotions, maybe that are keeping you from moving forward in your love life or in your life in general, things like regret, resentment, the inability to forgive, some sort of hurt from the past, separation or something, whatever. If it's an emotion, let that go. If it's a physical person that's holding you back, something that's toxic connection and relationship, work on letting that go. That's what Major Arcana card Death is all about. It's time to release the past and to move on to something new. This ending is the first step on the way to a happier future. Also, this is about transitioning into the next page or chapter of your life, which in this case would be a new year, 2022. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment. I try to answer every single comment that I get. I do try, and I'm pretty successful at it. If you are subscribing, please hit both the subscribe button and the bell button so that hopefully you'll receive your notifications. Namaste, Leo.